Clemson week, getting you ready for the orange trip down to see the number one Tigers on Saturday in Death Valley. Brian Higgins here, across town to the football auditorium is Airon Servais. And Aaron, let's start on this. We know it's been a tough season so far for a laundry list of reasons, but what's the mental state of the team right now? How are you guys all doing this week?
I think we're excited for the competition that we got ahead of us. We've always been able to have, some fairly competitive games with Clemson when you look back at, 2018 and 2017. So it's real exciting that we get that opportunity again. I noticed that we're a bit of underdogs, and we've been that underdog role before. So we're just excited to get after it this week.
Yeah, you're the last team in the league to have beaten them, and basically the team that had the second best chance of beating them in the last 4 or 5 years in the league. So it's not like anyone's really taken bigger swings at them than Syracuse has. Aaron, Dino said earlier this week that after last week's game over the weekend, he got you guys as seniors together and had a meeting. What do you think the general point of that is about the leadership, about where things are at, and how does that affect things here going forward?
Yeah, I don't want to divulge too much from that, but yeah, I think when you look at us as seniors, generally the senior guys are going to be leaders of the team. So I think when you look at a team, it's obviously made up of mostly the players. So it's important that the players are able to step up and the seniors are able to step up and be leaders and keep everybody on track. Especially after a loss like we had this weekend, it's important that we have our 24-hour rule, and then you move on from that. So yeah, I think it's just about us stepping up and keeping the team on the right track.
I'm curious about maybe the loss of leadership at various points of the season. When you lose your starting quarterback in Tommy DeVito, yeah, he's still there, but that takes a voice out of the room in many ways. Andre Cisco was the best player. He's your preseason first-team All-American, and he gets hurt. How do you deal with that? I guess void of those voices or action, or however you want to say, in the room, and having to have people step up and fill that.
Yeah, I mean, so there's always many different leaders on the team, and a lot of guys lead in different ways. I know for myself personally, when I was a little bit younger, I was more of a lead by example kind of guy. And I think when you lose some big voices like that, it's important that those lead by example guys are starting to be able to lead with their voice and become more prominent leaders on the team and more vocal leaders, like I've tried to do myself.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes here the rest of the way, because we know this year is unlike any other, so it must take a different I don't even know what here to get it going here for the rest of the year than any other year. Let's get on the field a little bit. It'll be Rex Culpepper's third career start at quarterback here coming up this Saturday. What have you guys seen out of Rex now that he's slid into the starting role that may be different than when he was the backup here to begin the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen a lot of stuff that everybody else has seen. He's been showing some really good stuff. He's been putting some pretty good film down. So I think I'm excited to see where he can keep going and where he can keep growing and really step into that role of being that starting guy. He's a hell of an athlete. So I'm excited to see where he can keep progressing.
Rex is also a live life to the fullest kind of guy, as we've gotten to know here over the last few years. You got any Rex story for us that you can put out there of something you've been around?
Man, I don't know how much of the stories I should tell, but he's definitely an exciting guy, and he's just a real down to earth good dude, and he's a great guy to be around. He's a great guy to hang out with, and that's what I got to say about that.
He just told me about Tom Brady, shouting him out from the boat when he was back home over this summer. So he's got stuff like this that nobody else has going on in their lives, doesn't he?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. He lives quite a different lifestyle.
All right. I'll let you settle this as one of the best hair guys on the team right now. But in the quarterback matchup this week with him versus Trevor Lawrence, who is winning the hair duel that we're going to see down in Death Valley?
Man, I think I got to give the edge to our guy. And, I think especially because he went from having no hair to having the hair that he's got now, I'm not sure you can beat a comeback story like that.
That's true. Trevor's had it the whole time. That's an unfair advantage. Rex has come on strong here in the last couple of years with that. All right, for you personally on the field, we've seen you flip with Matthew Bergeron, left tackle to right tackle. That's not necessarily something we always see during the season. What went into that, and I guess how comfortable do both of you guys feel right now on the other side of the line?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just had a conversation with coaches and we had a conversation with each other, and I think we just felt that we were both a little more comfortable and felt a little more natural at the spots that we're at now. So that's pretty much what went into that.
What goes into the line this year? We've seen so much with it. With there have been injuries and still waiting on Dakota Davis to work his way back. Chris Elmore has done something that nobody's ever done in my memory and improved week by week here. How have you guys advanced as a unit as this year's gone along?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely showed growth. I mean, you can see some of the numbers from our running backs. We've had a couple, 100-yard rushing games, and that's exciting when you have that happen as an O-line. We've definitely, we don't necessarily have the line that we thought we were going to have going into the season, but we're where we are at now, and it's nice to see the chemistry really starting to build and things are starting to come together. So it's real nice to see.
You said the 200-yard games. They're both by the true freshman, Sean Tucker. He must be a fun guy to block for. He's in there churning. He's got a way of adding 2 yards to every carry the way he falls forward. What's it like opening up holes for that guy?
Yeah, I mean, you said the first little part there. He's definitely a fall forward kind of guy. It's always nice when you have a running back that's able to do that and get an extra couple yards on whatever the run may be. But yeah, he's a young and really talented kid, and it's definitely exciting to see what he can do with the ball in his hands. He's like I said, he's young, so he's not exactly got everything figured out yet. But it's been great to see him grow, and yeah, I'm excited to see what his future looks like.
All right, Airon, let me wrap up. Just you mentioned Clemson a little bit. You guys know what you're dealing with. They're number one in the country. That's no different than they were when they were in the Dome last year. So this is not something new you guys have to deal with this year. Does that help? I mean, what goes into getting you guys ready to play a team that's doing what they're doing so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of focus at practice. But again, we've shown that we're able to play with them in the past. So I think that definitely gives us a bit of a confidence going into the weekend. They definitely are. They're the number one team, and they put some good film out this year. But we know that we can play at that level, and we know that we have in the past. So we're just excited for the matchup.
All right, Airon. Sounds good, my friend. Enjoy it this weekend.
Thank you very much.